Hello, my friends, as we welcome you back to Kenny Nanatorium just in time to kick off the final day of day number 2 for the 2024 Bucknell Bison Water Polo Invitational. 7:20 the start time, starting just in time in the third overall meeting between the Bucknell Bison and the McKendree Bearcats, and it's the Bearcats starting things off offensively here tonight. Hi, friends, we're pleased to be with you. I'm Colin the Bice, joined alongside Olympian and a member of the Bucknell Bison women's water polo team, Boadi Motel. Boadi, first, you saw firsthand the matchup earlier today, as it is the Bearcats starting off first. James Ramsey gets the party started here tonight, and McKendree has a 1-0 lead on the Bison. But Boadi, you saw the Fordham game firsthand. A lot of good momentum for the Bison. It adds a few points in the matchup, but it just seemed like that hole that they dug themselves in early just proved to be too much.
Yeah, I think the game for them for starting momentum that Bucknell ended that Fordham game with is something that
and the Bison try to respond after giving up the goal as Tawny Cliff sends it across to the far side. Udovicic hits the post. Tawny Cliff looking for a bad fresh shot clock. Gillern at the point. Savanovic hits the post again. Back-to-back post shots for the Bison, and they can't cash in just yet. They get a fresh shot clock again and a whistle, and possession back to the Bearcats. The third overall meeting between these two teams, the first time these two programs are squaring off in 2 years. These two squads met in 2022, including at the 2022 Bucknell Invitational, and then they met at the Mercyhurst Invitational in Erie a few days after that, as the Bearcats try to maneuver the ball around looking for another scoring chance. They got 8 seconds to shoot, goes back to the point, now 5 to shoot, shot save made!
Scoring earlier.
And a whistle, Mateo Herrera getting the start, and the Bison get on the board. It goes to Gillern. Third goal, or make that fourth goal of the Invitational. He had 3 goals as Invitational coming into this contest, and this matchup is tied at 1. The Bearcats are waiting to get the green light to go on offense once again. September 28th, 2022 was the first time these two schools squared off, with the Bison getting an 8-7 victory, and then they squared off just 6 days later on September 21st of 2022 at the Mercyhurst Invite. It was a dominating victory for the Bison, 12-3 the final. An MEWPC WWPA matchup here to close off day number 2 of the 2024 Bucknell Bison Water Polo Invitational. Gillern, long pass up ahead for Udovicic. Swimming, and Murad picks up the ball, and he sends it back to the point to Gillern. Bison waiting for everybody to retreat as they reset. Stevanovic, Udovicic, tough angle. Gillern thought about it. Gillern had some room, sent it back for Stevanovic instead for the shoot. Udovicic hits the post again. That is the third post shot for the Bison, but they get the ball back. Offensive rebound, and it moves to a fresh shot clock. Udovicic near the 2-meter line. And the Bison reset. Murad, and an exclusion near the 5-meter line. As Murad being pressured. Now it's picked up. Getting a piece of it is Jimmy Cronin, the 5th-year starting goalkeeper for the Bearcats, denying Reichman for the first Bison lead of this contest. But Savanovic back for Reichman, and it goes into the back of the net, but it does not count, and this game remains tied at 1.
Without by the Bison, it's unfortunate they didn't get it off, but it's really all these rebounds that they keep going, keep hustling, so that's something they should definitely be looking forward to for the rest of the match.
Now the Bearcats reset splashes all around as Joshua Gisson, the freshman from the Bahamas, is trying to get a shot, and here come the Bison once again. 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. We got a low-scoring affair so far. This matchup tied at 1. Tonacliffe into the middle. Stefanovic wide open. He scores! Stefanovic, goal number 4 this invitational, and the Bison take the lead.
Attack from Bucknell. Awesome for Sean to recognize that Alexa is open there on the post for the counter-attack.
Stefanovic, junior year. He had 147 goals entering into this invitational, and he gets his 4th. Bearcats started off with a 1-0 lead. Now back-to-back goals for the Bison. They hold a 2-1 lead, and they're looking for a 2-goal game. Udovicic using the arms at the center line. Stefanovic, one-on-one, bounces it in. 3-1 Bucknell. It's too much for Cronin to handle, and he gets it out to the center line. A good response, Boati, by the Bison, giving up that goal right out of the gate, but responding with 3 quick goals to go ahead by 2 at the halfway point of the first.
Yeah, this is an awesome response from Bucknell. They didn't net that one goal lead, and to be able to come 3 goals unanswered is an awesome way to start it. Really ramped up the defense ever since then.
See what McKendree can do. Giving up 3 straight goals. Snuck in Monroe, one of the subs coming in for the Bearcats. Goes for Robertson, passing out. And a whistle with 13 seconds to shoot. As Isaac Dembski is trying to gain control of the sophomore from California. And the Bison once again controlling the pace offensively. Udovicic on the far side. Lands at the 2-meter line, picked up by Hedblad. The freshman save made, Cronin. But Hedblad gets it back. Fresh shot clock. James Ramsey was applying pressure. Hedblad for Tonacliffe. Goes to the point, Murad. Murad thought about letting it go. He does there, he scores! Jack Murad, welcome to the party. His first goal of the Invitational. 4 straight goals for the Bison, and they lead by 3. Now the Bearcats looking to respond. The goal was not on the board. I don't know, Boati. Was he at the 2-meter line? Was that called an offsides?
There must have been an offensive foul somewhere within the play that I didn't see, and that's why the goal wasn't awarded.
So they waved the goal off. And Bison still ahead by 2. Now Hedblad will try it again. No harm, no foul for the Bison as they can make it 4-1 here. Stefanovic! And that does the trick. And now it's 4-1.
Yeah, this is a great response from Bucknell to start the quarter off really after that Fordham game. I think definitely boosted team's confidence for the rest of this invitational.
It was a 29 final. That gave Fordham its 40th MAWPC win in a row. They defeated Mount St. Mary's this morning. And they respond with, and that's not a respond, they continued their dominance in this invitational with the 11-goal victory over the Bison. Monroe waiting to push ahead at the center line. John McBride sending the shot clock behind the bench, and I guess Boati, they gotta wait to get it set up again. Has that ever happened? You gotta change the shot clock mid-game?
That happens sometimes. how they're going to move on to the game rest.
There's Dembski. Abelard with his hands up, and Dembski pass to Monroe. 2:30 remaining in the first, and they get near the 2-meter line. Exclusion against the Bison. McKendree keeps possession. Another whistle with splashes. 7 seconds to shoot. Lets it go, and it's skipped in. It's Quentin Gallagher, the junior out of St. Louis. And that ends the 4-0 run for the Bison. McKendree within 2.
Yeah, definitely a much-needed goal for McKendree. It was really worked. It's good that they used their full 30 seconds. It's really important in water polo to use your whole possession, and that's a prime example of never stopping until your possession is over.
Ricardo Vidore entering in for McKendree. And Bearcats, a still relatively new program. They haven't reached the decade mark yet. They were a club team in 2016 with a big save by Cronin, denying Gillard on the shot. And the Bearcats looking for some momentum back the other way. Bison all-time only 6 losses against present MEW or WWPA schools. They're 0-2 all-time against Concordia. Played Biola once with a loss, and they've lost 3 times against Salem. Time was running out. The Bearcats to shoot. The Bison regain possession. Multi doesn't know where to go with it, so he sends it back to Herrera. Giller for Hedblad. Gallagher applying pressure, and that's an offensive foul. As Hedblad was playing the ball, Gallagher on defense. The Bearcats hand the ball back to Cronin. So everybody swims ahead. Brody Lofton, the freshman. Pass back. Vidore, the Italian. Lofton, for Vidore. 10 to shoot. Gallagher trying to send a pass that lands on the goal line. Is Dembski. Cannot gain control. The Bison have the ball with under 50 seconds remaining in the first. Gillard walks in, he scores! Shea Gillard, the senior, makes it 5-2.
Really good transition, Bison, to go from the missed pass and have enough awareness to see that they're up on the counter attack, and that's good awareness from the senior, Shea Gillard.
He had 2 goals yesterday against Mount St. Mary's and a goal against the Rams. Vidore. McKendree down by 3. McKendree in Illinois. Technically a St. Louis suburb. They started off the Invitational with a loss this afternoon against Long Island. 14-11 was the final. McKendree, they'll be back in action tomorrow against Saddleback. Right in front, ball is loose, and it's picked up by Vidore, who saves a goal. 9 to shoot. This could be big if McKendree can cut the deficit to 2. And they just elect to play it to the second. They have a Hail Mary shot that skips to Herrera. Oh my goodness, Boati, that was close, as I think that might have caught the Bison a little bit off guard, as the Bearcats, it seemed like that they were going to take it to the second, but that Hail Mary shot fired by Ramsey, and the Bearcats almost cutting the deficit to 3 before we head to the second.
Very that helped, because it does a second to score a goal. And I'd say now at the end of the first quarter, really good by Bucknell. They're really pushing the counter. That's probably something that Coach McBride talked to the team about before the beginning of the game, that he really wanted them to push the counter attack, because they have some really fast swimmers, and they've done a great job so far.
You know, and they kept themselves contained after giving up the goal so early. You know, that was the same thing in the Fordham match. And Fordham jumped out to a big lead, and then the Bison were able to cut it to a 3-1 deficit. But in that first quarter, 4 straight goals afterwards for the Rams, and it just seems Bucknell could just never recover after that 1 point at the midway point of the first.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think they had some great shooters, and they really put their chances away. And I think what Bucknell is trying to do is put that behind them and focus on the game, at something that it seems like they've been able to do, which is really, really good to see. And I'm sure McBride is happy to see that their team is starting off so strong.
And with the loss, Bison go to 3-6 overall on the season. 1-1 in MAWPC play, beginning conference play with their 18-13 win against Mount St. Mary's yesterday. And then they will continue MAWPC play tomorrow against the Wagner Seahawks, who had a phenomenal win. And boy, I'm not sure if we were able to solve that, but I think that might be the game of the Invitational with Mount St. Mary's and Wagner. It was tied at 15-all with under 30 seconds. Mount St. Mary's calling back to tie the game, and then with no time on the clock, the Seahawks getting that 1 goal. I think there was 3 seconds left, and there was a debate on if there should have been more time at the clock, but nonetheless, Wagner picking up that 1-goal victory with that buzzer beater.
Yes, it's always exciting, those types of water. I really do love them myself. To be able to, I think Mount St. Mary's was down, and to be able to come back and tie the game up until that point, and Wagner to be able to really clinch the end really with the last few seconds of the game is really, really exciting. And congratulations to the Wagner Seahawks for winning that game. And
that is who Bellotti and I will see tomorrow. Happy you're along with us as we close off day number 2 of the 2024 Bucknell Bison Water Polo Invitational. A busy day, to say the least, for Bucknell Bison athletics. Both soccer teams were in action. Volleyball was in action. Last time I checked, football had a big lead against Marist over at Christy Matheson. Short walk away from here. A busy, busy weekend for Bucknell Athletics, and we're happy you are along with us on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube page as we are about to begin the second quarter as the Bison and the Bearcats go off with the opening sprint. Bucknell looking to remain undefeated against the Bearcats in the 3rd overall meeting between these two programs, and the opening sprint, once again, won by the Bearcats. They won the opening sprint in the first quarter, which resulted in that goal to make it 1-0, and the Bison with a response afterwards, outscoring Bearcats 5-1 after that first goal. And that hits the post. Shot taken by Isaac Dembski, the sophomore out of Eastvale, California. Herrera getting the start in net for the Bison. It was David Dimitri who got the start in the forming game. And Herrera entering in the second half. Stevanovic looking for the one-timer. They get it. It's Gil Learn, another goal for the senior. And it's 6-2 Bison. That was a really well-worked goal by the Bison. He's really, really good at driving and getting in front of his players. I think if younger players are watching, that's something you should be looking at when you're watching Shea, is how good he is at getting in front of his player to be able to get that little sliver of opening so that he can get the ball and shoot the goal. And the Bearcats looking for an answer, down by 4. Robertson in front. Stevanovic is on defense. That 8 to shoot. Now 3 to shoot. Bearcats have to get a shot off, and they throw it away. James Ramsey had control. He didn't see anything he liked, so he just sent that to the corner, and Herrera swimming to pick the ball up and pretty much give a free offensive possession to the Bison. Yeah, that was a great defense by the Bison there. They're applying the pressure, not allowing McKendree to get the play that they want. And that's an unfortunate pass there by the Bison, but Jimmy Cronin with a turnover the other way. Here's Gibson. Gets to the 6-meter line. 10 to shoot. Splashing and a turnover. Ball goes back to the Bison. Gillern with control. Gillern sends it up for Stefanovic. Whistle near the 5-meter line. Bishop on defense for McKendree. Exclusion code against Bishop. And it's going to result in a penalty shot. Stefanovic with control of the ball. Has it at the 5-meter line. And it's 7-2 Bison. Going top shelf. Another goal in this invitational for Alexa Stefanovic.
Yeah, that was a great penalty by Alexa. It's also great awareness that he was up there on the counter, and for Shea to see him on the counter attack. In water polo, when you are right in front of the goal and you're denied a shooting chance, you get a penalty, and that's why it resulted in a penalty there.
Monroe. That's for Dembski. Dembski being patient. Doesn't see anything like, so he finds Monroe. Sends it up ahead. Blocked Herrera. Denied Robertson with the goal.
That's definitely a great block there by Herrera. It's probably definitely a confidence booster for the game. Those shots are very, very hard to save for a goalkeeper because they don't really know where it's going. So to be able to come up and come with the block is amazing.
And how about that? Hedblad having a phenomenal freshman year. 22 goals entering into this contest. 4 against the Mount, 3 against Fordham, and he's looking for another hat trick as it is 8-2 Bison.
Now that's great for the freshman to come in. That's probably a really, really good confidence booster to be able to score those goals when the team really needs them.
He's a swimmer in high school, all CIF selection. Originally hails from San Diego, California. His dad, Eric, played college baseball. 4 straight goals for the Bison. That goes back to the first. McKendree still looking to get on the board in this quarter. And that's going to help with an exclusion against the Bison. Here's a shot. Robertson blocked Herrera. Mateo Herrera making his case to be the starting keeper moving forward for the Bison. He's had a monster invitational. Hedblad over for Gillern. Tough angle. What does Gillern do? Slides it across past the 2-meter line. Into the middle, 3 the shoot. Splashing all around, no whistles, and the Bison run out of time. Body in front. Turned over. And it started with Dembski. Tried to get a pass ahead from Monroe in front. And the ball back into the hands of Herrera. Here's Gillern. Lost it for a second. Murad thought about firing. Sends it in front. And another turnover. Ball goes back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate there by Bucknell. I think Jack Murad should have taken the shot. I can see why he did pass the ball because the Bucknell player was right in front of the goal, and if he did catch the ball and missed, then it could have resulted in a penalty. And right there, that's a good goal by McKendree on the counter-attack to recognize the player. Those are also really hard for the goalkeeper to save because the player is on his back. You're not sure where the ball's going to go, so that's great awareness by the McKendree player to also see where the goalkeeper is situated and start at something else.
It's Unique Robertson, the sophomore out of Trinidad and Tobago. Bearcats got on the board in this quarter with 3:16 remaining in the first half. Nordheim trying to send it to Stefanovic. Turned over. Picked up by Monroe. Thrown in for Gallagher. Ramsey. 15 to shoot. Looking for the one-timer. Picked off. Goes back to the Bison. Exclusion against 21, TJ Holbert.
Yeah, that was great awareness by Alexa there to recognize and follow the ball to go for the steal there.
But Nordheim giving the ball up. Good defense by the senior, Blake Wynn. Cronin. Bearcats want any chance of getting back into this game. They got to work on it now, and that doesn't help. Hedblad. Using the face to sail it up. Hedblad keeps the ball splashing. And a penalty. It's not a penalty shot. Now it is. Quentin Gallagher. Call for the exclusion as he goes to the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like that the player that was originally excluded did not leave the pool. If you do not leave the pool, then that results in an automatic penalty. And unfortunately, now that player has 2 exclusions under their name.
Stevanovic. Nine 3 Bison. Bison off and running with 2:11 remaining in the first half. Now that's Napa, the senior out of St. Louis. Control of the ball. He's going to wait to give it back to Fedore. McKendree, a water polo program. It's been around since 2016, started at the club level, and then going NCAA in 2017. Colleen Lishway has been the head coach for the men's team since 2018. She's been with the program since the start. Taking over for Ryan Hall, who's now at Redlands in California. A few appearances in the championship games. That hits the side of the net for Ryan Hall, and Colleen Lishway has been at the helm of this program ever since. They placed 4th in the WWPA championship last year as Cronin pokes the ball away. Hedblad looking for a shot in front. And a steal by the 5th-year goalkeeper out of Naperville, Illinois. McKendree lost to Salem in the 3rd place game of the WWPA tournament last year. 16-12 was the final. They lost to Biola in the semifinals, who would go on to take the WWPA championship. Pass was a little too far. It's Doherty trying to get it back for Ramsey. But the Bearcats reset. Doherty, tough angle, sent it back for Ramsey. Ramsey fires, he scores. James Ramsey, the junior. Makes it 9-4, and the Bearcats trying to get a rally going, down by 5 with under a minute remaining in the second.
Yeah, that was a really good work, 6-on-5 there by McKendree. The player just really waited, got up on his legs, waited for the keeper to move, and saw the open corner and shot there.
Subs come in. Nordheim. Stevanovic. Nordheim. Lets it go, blocked! It's Robertson with the big block. But the Bison reset. Stevanovic. 20 to shoot. And a whistle, and the ball stays with the Bison. Stevanovic. He's looking for Udovicic in front. Udovicic sliding it across. Hedblad. Gilmore looking for the one-timer. A terrific effort by Nordheim, but it goes high. He can't cash in to get the Bison to double digits. 15 seconds on the clock. The Bearcats can hold till we head to the third. Demski racing on up. 10 seconds. Demski pass. Robertson fires. He scores. Bearcats not done yet with 2 seconds remaining, down by 4. 2.5 on the clock. Herrera.
Yeah, that was a great shot there by McKendree to also be very conscious of the clock and notice that they didn't have that much time, and to be able to get the shot off there during the exclusion.
Man, it's too late. A shot attempted last second by Hedblad with only 2 seconds on the clock. Bearcats end the first half on a 2-0 run, so things are going to be very interesting, my friends, as we move along to the third quarter in the final match of day number 2 for the 2024 Bucknell Bison Water Polo Invitational. We will have the start of the third when we come back on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube page. Summer Olympics, then in the US it's Were you on the team this year for the track qualifier? Yes, I was, yeah. I guess does Coach McBride, get the Olympic priority?
If I have any national team priorities, we keep our to understand it. At the beginning of the year, we have struggled for a couple.
Oh, yeah.
So we were both a little hard at the same time. The whole team at the beginning of our season, but it's always like, I've never had any problems with it. He also
Obviously, I'll be up on the 28 bandwagon.
that would be very cool if we went to LA and I saw him there.
It just seems like they're unstoppable. I'm sure you got the vibe that high school football was a big deal here. Well, the high school that you went to is the longest high school football win in history. But 151 games in a row. There. 1992 to 2003. There was a movie made about it. I was looking at his bio yesterday and I was like, oh, that was the name of the school. It's in good for anything to watch. There was a movie made about Polo.
Oh, like, where is that movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, if you're ever looking for something to watch, it's good. All right, my friends, we are back here on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube page, and before we begin play here, let's see if we have a score update for you all from Christy Matheson. Last time I checked, it was 27-7 Bucknell taking on Marist, and a cool connection with Marist, Colleen Lishway. That was her alma mater. She was a Marist player graduating in 2008. Looking to see, and it indeed is 27-7 Bison. Trying to get a good response after they lost to Merrimack last week. Good response for the Bison before they head to Lehigh next week. And we got 16 minutes remaining of water polo. Happy you are along with us. Colin the Bias joined alongside Baladi Motow. Baladi, a lot of positives for the Bison, but Bearcats not done yet. They ended the quarter with a 2-0 run.
Yeah, definitely down. They're really ready to fight for this game, which is a deficit. Back complacent. Large leads against pushing and keep teams consistent.
Shea Giller, multi-goal game for the senior out of Woodland Hills, California. A response by the Bison as I see McKendree had some momentum. Shea Giller wiping it away. See what the Bearcats can do with their first offensive possession of the half. Reichman with pressure. So they have to send it back to Cronin. That was Vidore who tried to advance the ball. Into the middle, Robertson. And oh, what a one-timer! One of the goals of this tournament, the big one for Ramsey. Over the terrific feed from Robertson, and the Bearcats are back within 4.
That was a really position was almost over. The players somehow managed to and beat.
Are one-timers something that you guys usually do in practice?
That's just something that happens from time to time.
And another turnover. And the Bearcats have possession again. They can get within 3. Cronin is going to send it off for Ramsey. Slides it across to the other side. And then to get it in front for Dembski. Dembski was trying to walk in. Exclusion against the Bison. John McBride not happy about the call. It goes to Tonacliffe. Got 20 to shoot. Bishop. Pass for Gallagher. Gallagher, the body's in front. To the 2-meter line, a quick pass, and a deny by Herrera. Ramsey trying to get it within 3, and the big blockade by the junior. Bearcats reset. Tough angle shot, Herrera with another big stop.
That was a great save there by Herrera to get 2 quick stops and help the Bison there in the defensive end. It's the balls go to the post player for the goalkeeper to get there. So for Herrera to be there on the post was really, really good work by him.
Robertson, ball loose. Gilder trying to gain it back. Robinson has to push it around the 6-meter line. And a whistle. And that goes wide. Shot taken by Vidore. Tonacliffe for Gillard. In front, trying to find Reichman. That's poked by Bishop. They give the ball back to McKendree.
Yeah, it's a very fortunate position for Bucknell, but in that moment, how, especially passing into the center forward, because a good pass and a bad pass could really cost you goal or exclusion.
We got 8 to shoot. Ramsey to the net, he scores! Top shelf. 10-7 Bison. A 2-0 run for the Bearcats. So what can the Bison do? Stays possession is in the hands of the Bearcats. Molte and Stefanovic. There's been a few turnovers in front of the net. Stefanovic has it back. Udovicic. Gillard on the far side. At the goal line, back for Gillard. Udovicic looking to let it go and a whistle. Sing called. Bison keep possession. Udovicic, wide open net, he scores! Gillard and Udovicic setting that one up. It seems Gillard was going to shoot, and then Udovicic gets the pass from Gillard, and Udovicic sends it home to make it 11-7 Bison.
That's a double man up there by the Bison. Had Matthew in there on the 3-post win away to make ball, because it's easy to have more space, and the passing between Shea and Udovicic was really good because to keep them vent and tied. So that's a really good man by the Bison.
Monroe. Reichman on him. Jobert. Gillard applying pressure. Bishop. Bishop has it back, skips it in off the post. Herrera getting a piece of it. Bishop trying to get it back, and Udovicic pokes it back to Herrera. Bison looking for an odd man rush. Stefanovic to the 2-meter line. Lets it go. Getting a piece of it. A big save by Cronin.
That was a really keep on the counter, able to not panic in that moment, to see the ball and watch was really good by the goalkeeper.
Edblad lets it go, goes wide. Skips to the diving area. And McKendree not done yet. Bison come up empty on the offensive possession with 3:40 remaining in the third. There's Jobert. They send it back, it was a little too far. Stefanovic looking for the breakaway. Monroe has to get back. Monroe's gonna take the exclusion. Udovicic, wide open. Off the post. Udovicic, rebound, another attempt, save Cronin. Cronin with 2 big saves on Udovicic.
That was a really it's a coach's worst nightmare for excluded on the transition. So for the goalkeeper to really stay cool, composed, and to not panic while the player was there on a one-on-one was really good. And that's a really good goal there by Shea Gillard, 6-on-5.
Yeah, Gillard responding on the power play. Cronin, 348 saves coming into this invitational for the 5th-year man, physical education major out of Illinois. Bearcats, time and time again, have tried to get momentum back on their side. And Cronin with the big saves there, but possession returning to the Bison. And Gillard sends that home. Bison ahead by 5. Monroe. Robinson, a good catch. Bounces it in, but it's off the post. Herrera picked up by Reichman. Reichman, open space with Cronin. Reichman and a penalty shot. Reichman got the ball, but Robertson, some splashes in the water, and it seems Stevanovic will take the penalty shot. Try to get the Bison past a dozen. Save Cronin, but doesn't roll in. That was so close. Cronin almost had the save. But the shot is good for Stevanovic, and it's 13-7. That's about as close as you can get. And Colleen Wishway is going to take a timeout. 2:37 remaining in the third. And a good response, Boadi, with it being 10-7 at one point, and now 3 straight goals for the Bison, and as a result, they're ahead by 6.
Yes, good by Bucknell. Let the momentum be on McKendree's side and to have control of the game and have control of the input to not the game flop always of the game, and that's what the Bison have done so far.
All-time, McKendree 16-25 against current MAWPC schools. The only winning record that they have against a current MAWPC school is against the Mercyhurst Lakers. 13 wins and only 4 losses. 0-2 all-time against Bucknell, 1-3 against John Hopkins, winless against Fordham and Wagner. 2-3 against Mount St. Mary's, winless against George Washington and Navy. They're 17-39 all-time versus programs participating in the invite this year, including playing LIU for the first time earlier this afternoon, with the Sharks getting a 14-11 win over the Bearcats. They've never played Saddleback, but that's going to change tomorrow. Saddleback and McKendree will square off against 120 after the conclusion of the Bison game against the Wagner Seahawks at noon. We'll have all the action for you right here on the Bucknell Bison Athletics YouTube page. That crazy games, streaks, continuing into another day. Speaking about the Rams winning streak, Fordham 2 wins today against the Bison and Mount St. Mary's, and it's now their 40th MAWPC win in a row in that victory that they had a few hours ago against Bucknell. And the Bearcats turn it over. Gillern on defense. Herrera passes it ahead. Tonnicliffe swimming hard at the 5-meter line. Tonnicliffe, it was deflected on the way. Joe Bird, the senior, getting a piece of it. Goes out at the goal line. Fresh shot clock for the Bison. Arad. Is he going to let it go? He is, and it's going to post in. And that's one Cronin wants to have back, getting a piece of it, and with some assistance from the post. Jack Murad, the junior, out of Stanford, California, makes it a 14-7 Bison lead on a 4-0 run.
Yeah, that was a really, really good Jack. Is strong at cage.
There's Monroe. Now Doherty in front, getting a piece of it. That was Ramsey. As it rolls out near the Bison bench. Possession stays with McKendree. Dembski. 2-meter line. Sub coming in for the Bison. My mistake, he was just retrieving the loose ball. That was Jack Delane. Doherty at the point. Lets it go. Save Herrera. Got some help with Gillern getting a piece of it. on the way to Herrera's right hand. And Herrera sends it up for Tonacliffe. Minute 10 remaining before we head to the fourth. Sean Tonacliffe, the sophomore, splashing around as Cronin playing it out of the crease. And Stefanovic, a block in front! Cronin cannot get back in time, and Dougherty makes the save to keep the Bison ahead by 7.
That was a really, really good block there by the McKendree player. It looked like it hit him in the head. That's really what coaches love when you physically really do put your body on the line for your teammates.
Ramsey off the post. Gillern fighting for it back. It goes to Herrera. Is that something that you guys like to practice too in the event if your keeper is out of the crease? You know, it has to be all hands on deck as you try to fight for the goal to try to get shots blocked.
We do a lot of shot blocking practice sometimes during practice. Our coach is really, really big on shot blocking so that we can help our goalkeeper out for exactly 4 times like that when they are in a bit of a pickle. And if they need help, then we're always there with our hands ready.
Joe Bird, 5 seconds to shoot. And it's going to bounce into the other pole. 1.8 on the clock. So a Hail Mary shot for the Bison on the way before we head to the fourth. And it's going to be taken and a save made. The goalkeeper, coast to coast. As Herrera took the shot, but Cronin makes the save. And we move along to the fourth quarter here at Kenny Natatorium. Happy you are along with us. Colin the Bias joined alongside Boati Motel, the Olympian, and the member of the Bucknell Bison ladies water polo team, as we're about to cap off a busy day of Bucknell Bison athletics here tonight. Men's tennis competing at the Carnegie Mellon Invitational, men's golf at the Navy Invitational, women's tennis made the quick drive to Philadelphia to participate in the St. Joseph's Invitational, women's and men's soccer in action at Emmett Field at home stadium, with the ladies getting a victory against Colgate 3-0 the final, and then the Bison's loss against Fordham earlier on this afternoon 20-9. The final, volleyball getting a victory against Army 3-1 the final over at Davis Gym, and it was a 0-0 tie on the men's soccer side against Holy Cross. And then capping off this busy day of Bucknell Bison athletics with the final quarter on the way here between the Bison and the Bearcats, and it remains a 27-7 lead for the Bison over Christy Matheson against Marist. As the fall season in full swing already, and it has been for the past month. And everything's gonna pick right back up in the winter. Wrestling, basketball, and then before we know it, Boati, it'll be your turn in the spring. Excited for the season?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It was a really nice long summer break, but I'm really excited to pick up the ball and start playing.
And as somebody who is a member of the South African national team, how does it feel, to just stay composed and to always stay ready, knowing that you play year-round, especially over the summers you guys attempted to qualify for Paris?
It's very, very important. I took a bit of a break this summer because unfortunately we did not qualify. A break from water polo, but it is always important to, even when you're not training, to stay on top and stay fit and be ready at all times, because you never know when people are calling you up when they need you.
It's also family weekend, the boot here in Lewisburg. The roads are jam-packed with students meeting up with their parents on this weekend. Unfortunately, the weather really hasn't been nice to us. It was cloudy all day, and I think there were some suns when I was watching the game over at Christy Matheson, but overall, we'll take the weather, and luckily for us, we don't got to worry about it indoors here. The fourth quarter is underway here at the Kenny Natatorium. The final 8 minutes of day number 2 of the Bucknell Bison Water Polo Invitation. The Bearcats, placing 4th in the WWPA last year, picked to finish 4th again. Salem picked to finish 3rd in the WWPA. Concordia picked to finish 2nd, and Biola picked to repeat as the WWPA Men's Champions. Here come the Bison. Ahead by 7. Finishing off the third quarter on a 4-0 run. Nordheim was open. Sends a pass to Stefanovic instead. Back for Nordheim. Doesn't let it go to the 2-meter line. Stefanovic in front. One-timer scores. It's Ned Smith. His second goal in a Bucknell cap, and it's 15-7. His first goal since the UC Merced game a few weeks ago.
Yes, that was a really well with 6-on-5 there by Bucknell. To keep move the ball so that you can move the defense and move the goalkeeper. And I'm sure McBride was very, very happy with that to get a goal on the post, because that's really what people aim for, because it's the really, really high percentage shots there for 6-on-5.
Ned Smith was born in Singapore, but his listed hometown is New Canaan, Connecticut. He didn't start playing water polo year-round until he was in 8th grade. But so he had a natural act for the game, and hence he's on a NCAA Division I roster. And speaking of Smith, trying to get it back, but instead, it's going to be called for an exclusion, and Smith is going to exit the game. Ramsey. Midore is looking to let it go. Off the post. Shot taken by Bishop. Well, the ball is loose, and the Bearcats can reset with Ramsey. Sending it back for Vidore. Ramsey. Thought about letting it go, and an offensive turnover against McKendree. Now Herrera. Fires it long for Nordheim. Greg Nordheim, the sophomore out of Florida. Now Jake Wedding still looking for his first goal. Or, my mistake, never mind, he actually got his first goal in the Fordham matchup. Save made. Cronin. Big stop. Bison still ahead by 8. Ramsey, he scores. Another goal for Ramsey. He had 1 in the LIU game. And he has another one to break the 5-0 run for the Bison. Delaying, waiting for the subs to come in for the Bearcats. Blake Wynn entering in, the senior from Texas. Nordheim past the center line. Stefanovic quickly for Nordheim. Nordheim at the center of the 6-meter line. Got 10 to shoot. Nordheim has it back, fire, scores! Tough South. The sophomore.
It looks like the... Didn't sure why. I didn't really see. There must have been an offensive foul there, the 2 meters there by Bucknell.
Yeah, it's not on the scoreboard. Back the other way. 2-meter line violation against the Bearcats. Under 5 minutes to play in this contest. Bucknell looking to go to 38-6 all time against current WWPA schools. They have played every school at least once, all 6 of them. And WWPA, a good melting pot, as a timeout, I believe, is going to be called by Colleen Blishway. Bucknell all time with the WWPA school from Pennsylvania represented, school from West Virginia, and the Bearcats out of Illinois. Again, in the Pennsylvania school, Bucknell's all defeated against the Golden Knights, who are participating in the tournament as well, 8-0. They are 22-3 all-time against Salem, the only water polo program on the men and the women's side in the state of West Virginia, and they are the last NCAA Division II independent in the continental United States. And the McKendree Bearcats, members of the Great Lakes Valley Conference, they're an NCAA Division II school for all of their other sports. And the Bison seems they're going to be cruising to their third victory all time to remain undefeated against the Bearcats. However, they are 0-2 against Concordia, 0-1 against Biola, and they are undefeated against Fresno Pacific. So the WWPA spread out with a school from PA, Bearcats with Illinois, Gannon from PA, Salem from West Virginia, and 3 schools from the state of California. Play resumes off of the timeout. Bearcats with only 1 timeout remaining. John McBride has not used a timeout yet. Cronin. As for Vidore. Bishop. Swimming with Stefanovic on him. Picked up by Doherty. Near the 2-meter line, he has possession of the ball. And it goes back Vidore. A tough angle, trying to get it in heavy traffic for Ramsey. And the Bison with a turnover. A good stop by Udovicic. Passing it for the Serbian counterpart, Stefanovic. And the ball goes back to the Bearcats with Bishop applying pressure on Stefanovic. Dembski. The lane on him, but keeping a good distance. And a whistle and an exclusion against the Bison. Ramsey. Exclusion back the other way, and the Bison have to get it back in a hurry. And Voati, I think it's safe to say that the Bison, can try to use that shot clock to their advantage, trying to get it down and trying to use as much of the shot clock as they can.
Yes, definitely. It's always so important to use your possessions in water polo, and that's one way you can control the game is to use all your possession, because that allows the other team to not have as many as possessions as well. So that's why coaches always talk about use your full 30 seconds, because you want to remain control of the game and also start thinking about defense once you get thinking towards the end of your possession.
There's Ramsey. And a shot on the other way by Wedding. Whistle exclusion. Goes against Udovicic. Vidore. Finds Bishop. Bishop gets closer to the 5-meter line. Hits the post and in. It's Robertson. Nick Robinson finding the open crease, a sophomore out of Trinidad and Tobago. Bison still ahead by 6. Bison do not play a WWPA opponent until the weekend at Cambridge, and there's a goal for the Bison. And Wedding with a big ovation from the Bison bench. 2 goals for the freshman today.
It's definitely a confidence booster for the freshmen, and to have that support by the rest of the team is really, really awesome. As a player, I know how it feels when you have your whole team behind you once you score that goal, especially as a freshman.
When the Bison do meet up against the Salem Tigers on October 20th, it'll be their final match of the Harvard Invitational in Cambridge. And the Tigers receiving votes in the national poll. They're going to take on Fordham tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Bishop in front. Robertson, and a pass and a goal. Dembski. Sophomore out of Eastvale, California. He had 2 goals earlier today against LIU. Final 2 minutes. Udovicic. And a whistle. Through the 6-meter line, Bison keep possession. Minute 30. Could possibly be the final scoring chance for the Bison. Might have a chance to get one more. Fire's blocked! Jack Bruce trying to get it in, and making the big stop is Jessamine Bishop, the senior out of Brighton, Colorado. Bison rally again as they get it back. Bruce is going to try it again, and he gets it in this time. Jack Bruce. He had a goal against the Mount yesterday, and he has one tonight. And the Bison go back ahead by 7. Minute remaining, and Boadi, a terrific response for the Bison. You know, severely disappointed after the result in the Fordham game, but you know, you just have to have that short thinking, knowing that you have to come back and you got to try to perform better in your next game, and the Bison have done just that here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think Bucknell responded very, very well after that unfortunate loss to Fordham earlier today. It's always good for a team to be able to respond positively after a tough loss, and I think the team probably had a long talk after the Fordham game to regroup so that they were able to perform as well as they have today in this McKendree game.
Bison back in action tomorrow at noon as the Wagner Seahawks. Then they'll have a break before their matchup on September 29th, right back here at Kenny and Anatorium against Mercyhurst. Possibly the final scoring chance for the Bearcats, and it's too far off of the fingertips of Ramsey. Gets it back, he finds Doherty. In front, Bishop, back for Doherty. Doherty skips it in. It might have went off Ned Smith. Nonetheless, it counts as a goal, and the shot clock turned off, and the Bison trying to get 18 before this victory. Nordheim, possibly the final scoring chance for Bucknell. It's going to be their 4th win on the season. Hoping to get the 5 tomorrow. Looking for a shot in front of the heavy traffic. 10 seconds. Wedding tried to get the shot. Cronin passes it for Bishop. 3 seconds. Bishop has to get it off in time. He does, and the save made by Herrera is the icing on the cake in this one. Bucknell responds with a 6-goal win. They take down the Bearcats 17-11. And Boadi, as we just mentioned, what a response by the Bison. 17-11, the final. They were able to maneuver around, and it's hard to believe they were actually down to start this match, and then 4 straight goals afterwards proved